Alrighty. Well, in my Facebook group the other day, the subject of Rolodex cards came up, and a lot of people they start off saying they want to do one a day, or they want to trade them, or whatever it is they want to do with them. And they get me all motivated and excited, and I think I'm going to do that. Then I never do. I'm fortunate enough to have found some. I know some people can't even find them. This one is one that lays, kind of flat. Then I have one, this humongous one that goes roll, 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 roll. And as you can tell how many of these I've accomplished. But in talking about it in the group, I got kind of excited again. But then I calmed myself down and said, okay, let's get realistic. If you haven't done this already, you probably never are going to. So I thought, well, maybe it's the way they look or the way they're set up, or maybe it just looks too overwhelming. I don't know. But I normally don't like to do things in a normal way anyway, and so that's probably why I never get it done, because I'm trying to do it like everybody else does, and it just doesn't speak to me. So I also have these larger ones. Now, Shannon Green decided to be nice, or she just wanted to get rid of some junk. Either way, she gifted me some of these larger ones. Now, these are 5 by almost 3, just under 3. Now, these smaller ones, what size are these? These are like 2 2 1/8 by 4. So kind of an oddball size. They're all kind of oddball. Well, anyway, this, maybe because they're so small, it didn't appeal to me to do anything with it. So I just crossed those off, and I thought, well, this is a little nicer size to me. All right. So like most things, I think most of you will agree that when we start off with something blank like this, we just don't know what to do. So I thought, well, maybe I need to just go ahead and get a whole bunch of them and paint them. And I thought, okay, I'll do that, but then what am I going to do with them? Because these large ones don't fit here, and they don't fit in here. And I don't want to do the small ones. I've decided that. So what am I going to do? Well, I was going through Pinterest, and I found a picture. Now, I don't know if that particular picture, if what was inside were these cards or not, but they were the size of these cards, and it only showed the side, and it never showed the inside. But in my own mind, it was housing these. That's the fantasy I made up. I'm sticking with it. So what it was a book, and it was long enough where 3 rows of these, hold on, where 3 rows of these fit. And the book was closed, so you could tell there was 3 like that. I don't know how it was put together. I don't know what it looked like inside, but I really fell in love with it. So I thought, that's what I want to do. So I looked through my books to find a book that theoretically these could fit in. And voila, I found one. Okay, so now I have the book that I want to use. So then what I went ahead and did is I came in and took my jelly plate out and decided I was just going to paint them all. Just slop paint down, lay them down, pick them up. And that way now I can't say, well, I don't know where to begin. These look all pristine and white and pretty. What am I going to do? Well, now I have no excuse. So now these are all ready to go. I know the next question is, Rosemary, how are you going to put these together? Well, I don't have a definitive answer yet, but they, obviously they're going to have to fit in here somehow with some kind of binding. And I've done some other books in the past where I had loose leaf pages, which can, be used up the same way as, put into it the same way I did the loose leaf ones. And what I did is I just created, like a hinge between the two. I've used paper and I've used cloth. So I think that's what I'm going to be ending up doing. I'm going to decorate these. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm not into inspirational things. I'm not into quotes. I just don't do that. To me, it's too much trouble to think of a quote and to be inspired by something. I'm more of a gluer or a collager or whatever. So that's probably what I'm going to end up doing with these. And I think what I'll end up having to do is I'll have to, well, depending on how I put it together, I'll probably have to finish at least all of them to one row before I put in the signature. And maybe depending how I do it, I might have to finish them all. I'm not sure. Like I say, I'm just winging it. But the reason I'm putting it out there is because maybe you too don't like to do it, the small ones, or you don't like the setup, but you'd like to do something that's small that you can get done in a relatively short period of time. And maybe you too are intimidated by this. So this is a suggestion of where maybe you can start and get your cards out if you have any. If you don't, well, you can find them pretty much at thrift stores. And they even sell them, the refills like this, they sell them on Amazon. And I've seen them occasionally at Target and Walmart. So you can get them. I'm speaking about here in the U.S. I'm not too sure about elsewhere. But anyway, so this is a suggestion. I just wanted to show you what I'm going to do, how I'm going to start it, and I'll show you along the way as I progress, so I can stay committed. So I just won't let it go to the wayside. That's why I'm showing you all, to inspire you and to inspire myself to get this done. So if you don't have a jelly plate, that's no big deal. Just go and get your credit card and slop a bunch of paint on all these cards. I think I figured, because I was looking, the thickness, but once I get, all the stuff on the cards, it's going to be at least twice as thick, if not more. So I figured that was enough. And I think, is that even? I think what I ended up, I'm not positive, I think it was 30 cards. So it ends up being 25. So you're talking about 75. Oh my gosh. Now I'm getting overwhelmed. What have I done? But anyway, I think it'll be fun. I'm hoping so. And like I said, maybe this is something that you might want to try. And if you can't find a book, this length, maybe you can find one where, just two fit. And then you won't have to do 75 cards. That sounds a little more reasonable. Okay, well, I just wanted to real quickly show you what I'm up to, see if you want to play along, and hope that you can encourage me to keep doing it. All right, let me know what you guys think.